अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Offering our humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. At the very outset, on behalf of all assembled here for Summer Course 2016 at Prashanti Nilayam, we extend our most respectful, warm and loving welcome to His Holiness Shri 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 Jayendrapuri Swamiji. Bhagavan Baba in Prema Vahini says that a sadhaka must earn the grace of the Guru, the Devas and the Vedas. Yet it will not be complete unless one earns the grace of one's own inner consciousness, the Antakarana. The mystery that haunts a sadhaka on this journey is his own mind. Mind and its mysteries are indeed difficult to comprehend. It is only made easy in satsanga or in the company of the divinely blessed. Time and again, by the will of Divine Mother and Bharat Mata, great beacons of Sanatana Dharma are born on this sacred soil. One such beacon was born on 20th of October 1960. As a young boy, he had a happy and fulfilling childhood and was a bright student at the top of the class. Yet he felt something was missing. He had expressed and experienced a lot of success in life, but felt a strange hollowness. Coming from a somewhat modern family, his first exposure to scriptures of Sanatana Dharma was when he was 27 years of age. What was amazing was that when he read these scriptures for the first time, it was like he knew them already. They all seemed so very familiar to him. It was then that in the year 1987, this young aspirant felt inspired to make his way to Sri Kailash Ashrama Mahasamsthana to seek guidance on the divine path from His Holiness Sri Tiruchi Mahaswamigal. The instant the young seeker met His Holiness Sri Tiruchi Mahaswamigal, he knew immediately that he had found his Guru. There was not even a trace of doubt in his mind. The young seeker explained to his Guru that his aim in life was to attain the Divine Mother in all her beauty and divinity. He expressed his desire to take sannyas. The seeker was asked to wait. A month later, he was sent to Haridwar to learn Sanskrit and the scriptures and to be of service to His Holiness Acharya Mahamandaleshwar Swami Prakash Chandaji Maharaj. Just before he left, he received the robes of Brahmacharya. Early in 1989, before the Allahabad Kumbh Mela, he wrote to Mahaswamigal, again seeking initiation into sannyas. Mahaswamigal finally gave him permission with instructions that the ceremony in Haridwar is to be conducted with His Holiness Mahaswamigal as his Guru. On that day, by the grace of Divine Mother and His Holiness Sri Tiruchi Mahaswamigal, Bharat Mata celebrated the anointing of yet another doyen of Bharatiya Sanskriti, His Holiness Shri Shri Jayendrapuri Swamiji. Swamiji lived in Haridwar and North India for 7.5 years. On completing his duties and study, he returned to Sri Kailash Ashrama Mahasamsthana to serve the goddess and his Guru. One of Swamiji's many special talents is his aptitude for learning languages. He can speak all the South Indian dialects as well as Hindi and Sanskrit. He is also fluent in German, Italian and English. Swamiji is known for his compassionate nature, great concern for the poor, and service for the welfare of all. Presently, His Holiness Shri Jayendrapuri Mahaswamiji is the Peethadipati of Shri Kailash Ashrama Mahasamsthana Trust and all other branch trusts. Swamiji was conferred with the title Acharya Mahamandaleshwara by Niranjan Akada Haridwar in the year 2010. Swamiji's sole aim is to revive the glorious heritage of Bharatiya Sanskriti in its totality, with due respect and regard for all other world cultures, and present the goodness of all the cultures to the entire mankind in such a manner that everyone respects the other, irrespective of geographic, ethnic, language, or any other differences, and ultimately reach God in all glory. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to once again welcome His Holiness Shri Shri Jayendrapuri Mahaswamigal to Prashanti Nilayam. We now humbly pray and request Swamiji to address the gathering on the topic Mind and its Mysteries. Swamiji.
Shri Kailasamatadhisham Tiruchi Swami Yatishwaram Bhavatitam Bhavaharam Vandeham Paramam Gurum Vandeham Paramam Gurum Sadhu Priyam Kripabdhincha Shantamurtim Taponidhim Shishya Prashishya Rupena Bodhakam Gurumashraye Bodhakam Gurumashraye Amba Shambhavi Chandramaulirabala Aparna Uma Parvati Kali Haimavati Shivatrinayani Katyayani Bhairavi Savitri Navayovana Shubhakari Samrajya Lakshmi Prada Chidrupa Paradevata Bhagavati Shri Rajarajeshwari Shri Rajarajeshwari Yasya Prabhavamatulam Bhagavanananto Brahma harascha nahi vaktumalam balancha Sa Chandika khila jagat paripalanaya Nashaya cha shubhabhayasya matin karotu Mandaramala kalitalikaye कपालमालाङ्कितशेखराय दिव्याम्बरायै च दिगम्बराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय। Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world is not broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where words come out from the depth of truth, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. My most humble and revered and fondest remembrances at the holy being of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. My most ardent prayers to Jagannatha Rajarajeshwari that she may grant a very, very healthy mind to all of us in this world, with special reference to all the most devoted devotees who are here present in this Purna Chandra auditorium of this Prashanti Nilayam, an abode of peace and tranquility. Most dear everybody, it is a matter of great fortune to myself today to be present among you at the occasion of the summer camp of this esteemed institution, Sri Satya Sai Institute for Higher Learning, in the presence of the divine auspices of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who is the very breadth of the entire activity going on in this all the premises and all over the world. I deem it not only my fortune, I deem it an expression of unlimited grace of Jagannatha Rajarajeshwari to be present here. This is my second visit to this esteemed institution. I have also been to the other counterpart of this institution in Whitefield. And whenever I have come here, I have always been awestruck by the amount of seva which is going on here. I must definitely mention that my coming here, instrumental for my coming here was naturally Sri Sanjay Sahani, Mr. Dakappa, and of course all of you in some manner or the other, you all have called me in one voice. You have wished that I should be here, that's why I am here. But above all, it is the sankalpa of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba that I am here, that's why I am here. Now coming to the topic of today's discussion, in this summer camp I have seen the program and I have found that the topics covered and the scholars chosen for covering these topics has been of the best nature, and the result of this summer camp is going to be a wonderful transformation in the heart of everybody who has attended this summer camp, especially the youngsters, especially those who have a very, very long way to go in their life. About 3-4 years back, I was just sitting down in the ashram in Bangalore, Kailas ashram. A thought occurred to me. I think all of us must be aware that we need not have to do anything for having a thought. I may have to do something for an action, but for a thought to come into my mind, no effort was there on my part. The thought automatically came. And what was that thought? The thought was that over this period of my life, the past, I have been reading many scriptures and also many other works by philosophers of the East and the West. And there I have had an idea of what this entity in us called mind is. But I have not at all touched the medical aspect, the clinical aspect of this entity called mind. It is better that I know something about this also, the clinical aspect of this mind. So when I say clinical, automatically we are reminded of what? When you say clinical, all of us have been to medical clinics to see the doctor. When you say clinical, it means how the doctors look at this mind. What is their opinion of this particular mind which we have in all of us? We don't have any doubt that all of us have got minds, but today we will discuss about what is that mind. So this thought came to my mind without my effort. There was no effort on my part at all, but the thought came. Have you ever thought from where this thought comes? From where this thought comes? I am reminded of one beautiful Veda mantra. I am sure you have heard that Veda mantra also. It says, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. The meaning of this Veda mantra is, may noble thoughts come to us from all sides. The meaning of this mantra, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. So if the Vedas are saying that we pray that noble thoughts come to us, that means thoughts are unrestricted. Nobody can restrict thoughts. And I am also reminded of a German song, a folk song in Germany. The name of the song is The Thoughts Are Free. The name of the song itself is Thoughts Are Free. And the song goes like this, Die Gedanken sind frei, wer kann sie erraten? Which means, thoughts are free, who can guess them? Nobody can guess thoughts. You cannot say what thought is going to come to you in the next moment. It keeps on coming. They are like the waves in the ocean. When which wave or from which side the wave is going to come, we do not know. So the moment this thought came to me that I should know about the clinical mind, I expressed this wish to one of our devotees there, and then we decided to organize a conference. It was a 4-day conference, and the name of the conference was Mind Mystery. And in the bracket was written as Mind Your Mind. Mind Mystery, and bracket Mind Your Mind. And recently also I have had another thought to have a sequence to this mind control, mend your mind. The first one was Mind Mystery, Mind Your Mind. The second conference which we may have very soon is Mind Control, Mend Your Mind. So keeping this in mind, we invited certain stalwarts in these different fields. The first person whom we thought was Dr. R.M. Verma, one of the founders of National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, NIMHANS. So his name is R.M. Verma, Raja Marthanda Verma. So we went to him and then we requested him to come and speak to us about the mind. So I am giving you a gist of that talk, what he said. He said, according to the clinical aspect, everything is in the brain. So according to medical science, the mind is located in the brain. And all of you know that the brain is located in the head portion of all of us. And inside this brain only, activity of the mind goes on. Another superintendent of Nimhans also spoke, Dr. Chandrasekhar. He too spoke and he also brought out many aspects. But the essence of their talk was that the mind is present in the brain. Now when you say present, we have two meanings here. When is the mind, when we say I am present here, means I am physically present here. If I say the mind is present, it means that there is a thought. If there is no thought, there is no mind. If there is no thought, there is no mind, because mind itself is a combination of thoughts alone and nothing else. So therefore, mind is in the brain means whenever I have a thought, the location of the mind is the brain. That was it. And then, as I was looking for some people also, I went through some medical texts also. One of them I found, please listen carefully. I was trying to understand the brain. So it was written there, the brain has two sides, the left side and the right side. The brain has two sides, the left side and the right side. And later on I read something which is very, very interesting. The left has nothing right in it. The left has nothing right in it. It means what? The left side doesn't have anything which is there on the right side. The left has nothing right in it, and the right has nothing left in it. And I tried to understand this one. What exactly does it mean? Oh, the right side doesn't have anything of the left side here, and the left side doesn't have anything of the right side. But if you read it without the word side, it means nothing is there in the head at all. The left has nothing right in it, and the right has nothing left in it. So then I understood, it requires a lot of attention to understand this one. But then they brought out one more very beautiful thing. They said that the right side of the brain is predominantly emotional. And the left side of the brain is predominantly rational. I will explain this rational and emotional a little. When you say rational, it means analytical. When you say emotional, it means sentimental. So when I say left side is rational, it means that I put a question. Without questioning, I don't accept anything. Without questioning, I don't accept anything. For example, I am going to put a question today. Why are you conducting this summer camp? From there I begin. An analysis has started in the left side of my brain. Why at all this summer camp? Then the answer comes. This summer camp is in order to make our life meaningful. This summer camp has been arranged by the esteemed organizers of this institution in order to make the life of many youngsters useful, so that in the normal tendency, whenever there is a summer holiday, the tendency is to spend the time, while away the time without any goal. So when we have a summer camp with a fixed goal and fixed program, that too oriented towards the upliftment of the individual, then automatically the individual's character will beautifully form. And also there will be a wonderful future for that individual. Therefore, the first question, why, has been answered. Why the arrangement of the summer camp? In order to get more and more knowledge about this, about the spiritual aspect of the human being, and also about the purpose of life. All these things have been included in this one. And I also came to know, so the first question is why. Now when you say why this summer camp, you got the answer. Now I am asking, why should we talk about the mind itself? Another analysis. Why should we talk about the mind? What would be the answer? The answer to this one is, most of us, 99% of us all over the world, we have some sort of worry or the other. 99% of us. I am leaving the 1% for people like Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba and all the Guru Maharajas and all the great Mahapurushas. That 1%. So 99% of the people have some worry or the other. And what is that worry? There was a great king called Raja Bhartrhari. You must have heard about Raja Bhartrhari. He is supposed to be the elder brother of Raja Vikramaditya of Ujjain. So he has written 3 works. Raja Bhartrhari has authored 3 works. The names of the work are Shrungara Shatakam, Niti Shatakam and Vairagya Shatakam. In the Shrungara Shatakam, Raja Bhartrihari beautifully describes the joy of married life. He beautifully describes the joy of married life. In the Niti Shatakam, he describes the necessity of rules and regulations in a human's life. In the Vairagya Shatakam, he describes the futility of all life. Completely sansara asara. Like Adi Shankaracharya said in the Bhajagovindam, Kate Kanta Kaste Putraha Sansaroyam Ativa Vichitraha Kasyatvam Kuta Ayataha Tanme Chintayab Tadiha Bhrataha. Sansaroyam Ativa Vichitraha. So it is so complex and so mysterious, this world. So the third one is about Vairagya. Vairagya means how to become detached from this world. Again I'll repeat, 3 works he has done. The first work is called a Shrungara Shatakam, which talks about family life and the joy about family life. The second one is about Niti Shatakam, which means the rules and regulations and the guidelines for a happy, practical, successful life. And the third one is Vairagya Shatakam, the manner or the method for detaching yourself from this life and getting what you call as liberation. In that he says, I started this topic, you know why? I said every one of us has got worries. What worries that he explains? He says the entire world has got some sort of a fear or some sort of a fear. Everybody is having a fear. What is that fear? He says, Bhoge roga bhayam. Bhoge roga bhayam. When you are enjoying this life in this world, you have the fear of disease. Because anything, Atihi sarvatra varjayet. In Tamil they say, in Tamil language they say, Alavai meerinal amrutamam vishamagum. Alavai meerinal amrutamam vishamagum. That means when you exceed the limits, even that most enjoyable activity will become poisonous for you. So the bhoge roga bhayam. In the enjoyment of these worlds, many things to enjoy through the eyes, through the ears, through the tongue, through the touch, and through the nose, 5 senses. You enjoy many things, but in this there is a danger of what? If you exceed any limit, you will end up in disease, roga. So bhoge roga bhayam. Then he says, quite possible that if you're born in a very good family. For example, we talk about khandan in Hindi, we say khandan. We say khandan, when you're looking for a marriage alliance for somebody, अच्छी खानदान के होने चाहिए. You know what is the meaning of that खानदान? जिस घर में अच्छे खाते हैं और अच्छा दान करते हैं. जिस घर में अच्छा खाते हैं और अच्छा दान करते हैं, उसका नाम है खानदान. अच्छा खाना मतलब क्या है? Judiciously eating and then judiciously giving. Again I remember a Tamil saying, it says, Aathula potalum alandu podu. Even if you want to discard something from your house, make sure that you count and then discard. Don't discard it like that. So bhoge roga bhayam means there is a fear of disease in enjoyment. Then I said khandan means, let us say I am born in a very good family where they don't exceed any limits. I am born in a very good family. The parents have taught me not to exceed limit in any of my enjoyment. So I don't have any fear, isn't it? Then he says there also there is fear. Because if you commit even unconsciously, subconsciously you commit one mistake, you will be penalized from that kula. That particular clan of people will say he is an outcast. If you violate the rules and regulations of one particular clan or one family, they will make you outcast. Kule chuti bhayam. Then another person thought, if I have wealth, I don't have any fear. If I have wealth, I don't have any fear at all. Because a wealthy person, he can do many things. Yasyasti vittam sanarak kulinaha. यस्यास्ति वित्तम सनरह कुलीन है. जिसके पास पैसा है वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली लोग उसको अच्छे कुल के मानने लग जाते हैं. अच्छा पैसा हो तो लोग उसे ऊपर उठा के बिठा देते हैं. So there is no fear when you have wealth. He says there is one fear called as IT fear. You're mistaken. I think it's not information technology. I didn't mean information technology. I don't want to say that word. Okay. Vitte bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam vitte nripalad bhayam. Nripal mane government. Citizens को पालन करने वाला उसका नाम है नृपाल. जो वित्त माने धन. If you have money, you have the fear of the government. Vitte nripalad bhayam. Okay, is there any something else was thought? Let us keep quiet. Don't talk to anybody. Don't want money. Nothing. I'll keep silent. Maunam. You know maunam? Heard of mauna? Mauna means keeping shut, keeping your mouth shut. So let us keep quiet. Let us not involve ourselves in anything. I'm sure there won't be any fear. If you don't talk, nobody will attend to you at all. Maune dainya bhayam. You will become very, very poor if you are always silent. If you are keeping silent, nobody will regard you. So maune dainya bhayam. Then another alternative. Let me become very powerful. Pahelwan ho jaunga. Let me become, in English they say D-O-N. Let me become a D-O-N. Then I won't have any fear of anybody. Then he says, if you become a D-O-N, in the neighborhood there will be another D-O-N. बगल में ही एक और D-O-N पैदा हो जाएगा. If you are a powerful person also, एक पहलवान के लिए दूसरा पहलवान तैयार हो जाएगा. So there also there is fear. So let me become a very handsome person. For ladies we say beautiful, for gents we say handsome. Let us become handsome and beautiful, and let us get the name of something like, Miss Universe, Mr. Universe, because of your. Is there any fear in that one? You got so much name and fame. There is a fear there also. What is the fear? Fear of old age. When Vriddhavastha comes, nobody can be any Mr. or Miss. When the old age comes, Bhagavad Pada, the Shankaracharya says in the Bhajagovindam, Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddho yati grihitva dandam tadapi munchatyasha pindam. Angam galitam, the body has lost all its vigor. Mouth, you can't even count one, leave alone 32. You can't count even one there in the mouth. Then the hair have become grey. And you have to walk with a stick now. What happened to your Mr. and Miss titles? All gone. So there also fear is there. Then let us learn some scriptures like, once you learn scriptures, people will talk about you. He's a very great vidwan, very great scholar. Learn some scriptures. He says, Shastre Vada Bhayam. The moment you learn Shastra, somebody will be there to say, what you have learnt is all wrong. What you have learnt is all wrong. You listen to me. So Shastre Vada Bhayam. Then let us earn some good habits, character. Let us build up our character. I don't think there is any fear in building up character. The moment you have a good character, there is a practice in India that we do annadan, annadan. Annadan means you give free food to many people, especially specifically for the poor people. So you do annadan. And when you give annadan, we invite some people to have food, the free food. And somebody sitting down there, what he'll say? Somebody having food or somebody outside standing, he'll say, बाप ने बहुत अच्छा कमाया था, देखो बेटा उड़ा रहा है, देखो. बाप ने बहुत अच्छा कमाया रखा था और बेटा उड़ा रहा है, सब पैसे को उड़ा रहा है. तो अच्छा गुण वाले हो जाओ तो भी उसमें दोष देखेंगे. If you have a good character also, people will find fault with that one. Ultimately, I will take all the pathis. I will take refuge in all the pathis. What all pathis are there? Allopathy, homeopathy, nephropathy. Now all these pathis, and forget pranapathy. So when you take refuge in all these pathis, you think you can save your body? Even then, samprapte sannihite kale, samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrin karane. The moment the day of departure has arrived, no pati in this world can save us. So even in the body you have this fear. So Raja Bhartrihari says that everything in this world is plagued with fear. Everything in the world is plagued with fear. There is only one thing which doesn't have fear, that is Vairagyam. Bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam vitte nripalat bhayam maune dainya bhayam bale ripu bhayam rupe jaraya bhayam shastre vada bhayam gune khala bhayam kaye kritantat bhayam sarvam vastu bhayanvitam bhuvinrinam vairagyameva bhayam. He says only Vairagya can give you abhayam. Why did I say this? It is only to remember that why we should know about the mind. Because the mind is the house of every single worry. Every single worry is harbored in the mind. Not only that, when I got the topic for the talk of today, I had also received a caption from our Sri Dakapa. He had said, Manaeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Manaeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. The mind is the cause for both bandhana and moksha. The mind is the cause for both bondage as well as liberation. It was given there. Now you tell me, we should understand bondage and we should understand liberation before we understand the mind. What is bondage actually? According to many scriptures, bandhanam means the feeling that I am bound. The feeling that I am bound. You know the nature of a monkey. Some monkeys were playing around near a particular Kumbhara. Kumbhara is the potter. The potter had made some pots and kept it there. And the monkeys were playing around there. One monkey went and then started doing some pranks with the pots. One of the pots was a narrow neck pot. It was not a broad neck. It had a narrow neck. It was like a jug. So this monkey went there and it tried to put its hand inside the pot. The moment it tried to put its hand, the pot's mouth was very small. The hand would not go. So the monkey made the hand small like this by folding all the fingers. And it puts the hand into the pot and slowly it takes it inside and then opens its hand. The moment it opens its hand, it finds something inside. So it grabs as much as possible. Once it has grabbed, what has happened to the hand? It has become bigger now. It's trying to pull out the hand. The monkey is trying to pull out the hand and the hand is not coming. And the monkey is screaming that the hand is not coming out. And ultimately it realizes, it gives up something and then the hand comes out. So just like the pot has caught hold of the monkey but actually not caught hold of the monkey, just like the pot has caught hold of the monkey but actually not caught hold of the monkey, same way this world appears to catch us. This world appears to catch us but actually it doesn't catch us. We are the one who catch the world. The world appears to catch us but it is not the world which is catching. It is we who catch the world and then we blame the world. So the bandhanam means what? Getting caught. Bandhanam means getting caught, and this bandhanam is a kalpanika bandhanam. What is it? It is a kalpanika bandhanam, means it is an imaginary bondage. Many of you must be revolting in your mind now. Many of you must be saying, Swamiji, kitne aasani se bol dete hain. So easily he can say, if he had my responsibility, he will know. If Swamiji had my responsibility, he will know what is bandhan. I am repeating it. Bandhanam is only what we have made. The world does not bind us. We are the ones who bind ourselves to the world. And if we have bound ourselves, who will release us? If we have got ourselves bound to the world, is there anybody else who can release us from the world other than us? So we only have to release ourselves, nobody else can release us. So mind, the mind means mana, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh, means mind is the cause for bondage and for the release also. Now I want to do a very small experiment. I would like you to oblige. Can you all slightly raise your hand? Keep your hand on the hand rest first. Please keep your hand on the hand rest. Keep your hands on the hand rest. And I will ask you to just raise your hand. Then when I say raise your hand, please raise it. Raise your hand just a little and then place it back. All of you please raise your hand, put it back. Now I would like to ask you a question. Why did you raise your hand? Very easy, no? Because you told me to raise the hand. Now I will tell you. Mataji, aap. I will tell you to raise your hand, don't raise the hand. I will tell you to raise, I will say raise your hand. Please raise your hand. See, the hand didn't come up. I am telling her to raise the hand, but it is not coming up. Why? I said don't raise. Now I am telling you, raise the hand. Just raise the hand and keep it down. Please understand, I may tell you to raise the hand, but if you don't want to raise the hand, will it come up? I am repeating it. I may ask you to raise the hand, but if you also don't wish to raise the hand, it will not rise. Do you agree or not? Unless and until we wish something to happen, it will not happen. In the olden days, perhaps nowadays also in many other countries, there is something called as slavery. Have you heard of slavery? Many of us have heard, we have seen also some pictures we have seen. So in this slavery, you will see that the slaves are those people who are working under force. They are working not out of their own will, they are working out of force. And what is that force? The force is the owner, the one who owns the slaves. He has got a terrific weapon with him in his hand, either a whip he has got, or he is a very powerful person, or he will have a revolver or a gun in his hand, and he will make them do work at gunpoint or with his whip in his hand. I want to have a small discussion in this matter. Please think, please try to contemplate on what I am saying. Please tell me whether the slaves have freedom or not. Don't answer me, I want you to think about this. Do the slaves have freedom or not? Think it over, think it over. Now I will answer it. I say, I am talking about the first answer. The first answer is, yes, they have the freedom. They have the freedom to come away from that place. You may say, Swamiji, they have got, it's like a jail. The slaves are kept in a jail. And there are big bars, the walls are very, very high, and they cannot escape. Watchtowers are placed there. Many people are standing with guns there, and they cannot escape at all. I agree, they cannot escape. But can anybody prevent them from making an attempt to escape? Can anybody prevent them from making an attempt to escape? They cannot escape, I agree. But what is preventing them from making an attempt? What is preventing them? I will tell you what is preventing. What is preventing them from making an attempt is that they want to live in a good body. They don't want to be handicapped. They don't want to be amputated or hurt by these wicked people. So they continue to obey whatever they are saying till the day comes. Till the day comes when they can overpower them. They are waiting for the day to overpower them. Till that day they will remain slaves only. So even though they have the freedom to actually revolt against them, the revolt will be useless. It will be a failure. So they don't revolt. Now I will tell you, in our body, we have 5 senses. The 5 senses are called Shrotram, Chakshuhu, Sparshanancha, Rasanam, Ghranam Evacha. These 5 senses are called in Sanskrit Shrotram, Chakshuhu, Sparshanancha, Rasanam, Ghranam Evacha. What is translated in English, Shrotram means the faculty to hear. I am saying faculty to hear, I don't say ear. Please see the difference. Many people are there who have the ear, but they can't hear. Many people have the ear, but they can't hear. So I say faculty to hear, the ability to hear, Shrotram. Chakshuhu means the ability to see. When I say Chakshu, also remember, many people have got the eye, the organ eye, but they can't see. They have the eye, but they can't see. Therefore, the faculty to see. Shrotram Chakshu means the ability to see. Sparshanam means the ability to touch, feel. the ability to feel. Whenever you touch something, immediately you get a feeling of, it is rough. You get the idea of the texture. You say it is hot, it is cold, it is, it is rough and smooth, soft, hard. We say everything by touch only. So like this, you remember all the 5 senses. Shrotram means hearing faculty. Chakshu means seeing faculty. Sparshanam means feeling faculty. Rasanam means tasting faculty. And then Granam means smelling faculty. Now, if you close your eyes, what you will not be perceiving? If you close your eyes, you won't perceive any form. Rupa will not be perceived if you close your eyes. That is why during meditation we close our eyes. When we do meditation, why do we close our eyes? So that we don't see anything. So if you can close your eyes. And to close your ears, you can't just close them, you have to use your fingers. Or you have to use a plug. And to close your nose, is it possible to close the nose and live? Not possible. So you can't close your nose. And tongue you need not close, because unless you keep one sweet on the tongue, it doesn't perceive anything. Unless and until there is something placed on the tongue, it doesn't perceive any taste. What about touch? Wherever we sit down, wherever we stand, definitely some portion of our body will be touching the ground, or any other furniture or something it will be touching. So definitely we are feeling the touch. These 5 things, what is their nature? The nature of these 5 senses? These 5 senses are continuously gathering some information. These 5 senses are continuously gathering information. If you keep your eyes open, you cannot prevent a form falling into your eye. You cannot prevent. If you keep your eyes open, definitely you will see something. Anybody in this world, anywhere in this world, if you keep your eye open, you will definitely perceive something. And it is impractical. It is not at all practical to keep your ears closed. So, ears also will continuously perceive. For example, all of you have heard the sound. Because you cannot keep your ears closed, you automatically hear. Same way, if the tongue is in contact with any edible item with a taste, definitely it will perceive. Similarly, if the touch is there, touching anything, 100% you will perceive, normally, if you are healthy. Same way, if there is a agarbatti, somebody has lit anywhere, you will definitely perceive the smell. This is a normal affair. Suppose something is very, very attractive to me through the eye. I see something very beautiful. What is the immediate reaction? I have just now seen something beautiful. I look back, once again I look at it. Again, because it is beautiful. The tendency is, whenever there is something beautiful, I will look back. So, there is a difference between seeing and looking. There is a difference between seeing and looking. Seeing is, because the eyes are open, they will definitely gather something or the other. But looking is putting your mind on it and then seeing. When you add your mind, then what happens? You are going to gather more details. For example, a painting of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Paramatma giving the Upadesha of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. There is a painting, beautiful painting, and you have seen that painting, and you are walking away, then suddenly you want to see it once again. You come back and see it once again. Then you see more details. See how beautiful Krishna's face is. See how beautiful Arjuna's face is. See how nicely they have done the chariot. This is called as looking. There is a difference between seeing and looking. Then comes tasting and relishing. Whenever, there are people who are paid for deciding the quality of tea and coffee. Are you aware of that? Tea and coffee, in order to decide the quality of tea and coffee, a person tastes tea. And then he says, this is the quality number 1. Again he tastes quality number 2, quality number 3. If he says, then it will be decided, this is the quality of the tea or quality of coffee, and they will be graded. So, the moment you put it in the tongue, anything, it will give you a taste. But if you once again go after that one, that means you have relished it. Taste is normal. Whenever something comes on the tongue, you taste it. But after that, if you once again go behind that, that is called as relishing. So now we have seeing and looking, tasting and relishing. Similarly, it applies to all the other senses also. You may perceive some smell, but if you go behind that smell once again, then you are hankering after that one. Similarly, you may have touched something knowingly or unknowingly, but if that touch is only for once and you are released from that, that's okay. But if you go behind that, then you are caught by that one. Similarly, smell, hearing also. You hear a sound, it's okay, no problem. But if you hear and then listen to that one, I hear something, then I stand and listen to that one, then immediately what happens? You are caught by that one. Now tell me, so there are 5 senses in our body, and if these 5 senses are our masters, if these 5 senses are our masters, then who is the slave? We are the slaves. Because we are not controlling them, they are controlling us. And where is that controlling starting? The controlling is not in the eye. The controlling is not in the eye. The controlling is in the mind. The control is in the inner entity. Inside us there is one antakaranam. There is one antakaranam. That antakaranam is the one which controls the entire activity. If I have to speak now as I am now speaking, every word has already been formulated in the mind there. Every single word which I am uttering now, it is coming after processing. There is a processing going on here. Thoughts are coming, and with that thought I am now uttering whatever I am uttering. So the process is going on there. So this particular process has been going on since time immemorial. When it started, nobody knows. When this process started, right from creation it started. Now I will tell you what is the effect of an uncontrolled mind. As I told you now, just like slaves are slaves because they have accepted to be slaves in one way, they can escape, but they don't escape. Similarly, we have become the slaves of our senses because we like it. We like to be slaves. In fact, sometimes when people are talking, 2 people are talking to each other, they talk about their likes and dislikes. I like mangoes very much. I like mangoes very much. I can't stay without mangoes. I like tea very much. I can't stay without tea at all. Morning I must have tea, as though it is a good quality. But actually speaking, what is it implying? It implies that because you cannot stay with tea or coffee or mangoes, it means that the mango is ruling you. It means that the tea is ruling you. It means that the coffee is ruling you. It applies for even persons also. I can't stay without him. I can't stay without him. What does it mean? In his absence, I will be agitated. In his absence, I will be agitated. Therefore, I myself have made myself a subordinate. I have made myself subordinate to somebody or something, and therefore my life cannot be happy. My life cannot be happy. My life is dependent upon the presence of somebody. It can be the absence also. I cannot stand that person's sight. తెలుగులో ఏం చెప్తారు? ఆయన చూస్తే నాకు అవ్వదు. I can't stand. I can't just stand that person's sight. What does it mean? If he is present, I am agitated. If he is absent, I am calm and peaceful. So my peace is dependent upon another person's presence or absence. So here also we see our subordination to our inner organs. So like this, considering all these things, now the question comes how to control this mind. Now we'll put another question. Is it necessary to control the mind? I'm sure most of you are saying no. Most of you are saying no, it's not necessary to control the mind. Is it necessary or not necessary? If you don't control the mind, what will happen? If you don't control the mind, there is a beautiful place in Bangalore called as National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. It's a very nice place, beautiful construction they have done. There are many rooms there. You can book a room there also. What happened? One day Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru visited Nimhans. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru visited Nimhans when he was a Prime Minister. So he was talking to these patients. So he went to one patient and said, hello, how are you? The patients there were, some chronic patients were there. So what they talk, nobody understands. They'll be talking something. Sometimes they will become relevant also. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru asked that patient, how are you? He said, I am fine. How are you? He asked back, how are you? Then Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru asked him, what is your name? He said, my name is Ramesh. Good, very happy. He said, that patient asked him, what is your name? Nehru replied, I am Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Then he said, what are you doing? He said, I am the Prime Minister of India. Then the patient said, sir, please come with me. The patient said, sir, please come with me. He took him to one room and said, please be careful. I was also saying like this only. Earlier I also was saying like this. That's why they brought me here. Be careful. So if you don't control your mind, definitely what will happen is it will be a disaster. And this is explained very beautifully in the Kathopanishad by Yamadharmaraja. He tells Nachiketa, hey Nachiketa, you understand this body in a different example. I will tell you what it is. Atmanam rathinam viddhi. You understand that this Jivatma or the soul is the Rathi, the one who is traveling in the chariot. Atmanam Rathinam Viddhi means you understand this Jivatma to be the person, not the charioteer, but the person riding the chariot, who is in the chariot. So the body is the chariot and the Atma is the Rathi. Shariram Rathamevatu. The body is the Ratha. Indriyani Hayanahu. The 5 senses are called the horses. There are 5 horses. So these 5 horses are 5 Indriyas. And then Manaha Pragrahamevacha. The mind is the Lagam. The mind is the Lagam for this one. And then Buddhim tu Sarathim Viddhi. The intelligence is the Sarathi or the one who is driving the chariot. And then the road on which the chariot is going, that is the object of the senses. That means the eye likes form through the mind. The ear likes sound through the mind. The nose likes smell through the mind. The tongue likes taste through the mind. And therefore, you touch also, the skin likes touch through the mind. Therefore, mind is the lagam. Mind is the reins. If you hold the mind in control, automatically these 5 senses will come into control. If you don't hold the mind under control, what will happen? It will be a disaster. It will be a disaster. The Ratha will not go on the correct path. It will be torn to pieces by the horses which are pulling in all directions. This is in the Kathopanishad. Yamadharmaraja is telling them. Now one more thing I will tell you. Nowadays, in the whole world, there is an awareness now. What awareness is that? That the global warming is happening. That is why all of you are having the fans. There is a global warming. Bangalore and many places in India, Karnataka were never so warm. They were quite cool. But now you see, there is a global warming happening, and the cause for the global warming is cutting trees. The cause for the global warming is cutting trees, but you know how nicely we put it? We say, we have invented so many things, we have made so many beautiful furniture. We have made so many beautiful furniture, we have made so much architecture, but at the cost of what? At the cost of total disaster in the world as far as atmosphere is concerned. We have completely spoiled the atmosphere. Now awareness has come, we want to plant more and more trees. But remember, the cause for this is the human mind. The cause for the very, very difficult, trying situation in this world is the human mind. You know how many human minds are involved today at this moment? Coincidentally, yesterday at 6:30 in the morning, I just referred. How many people are in this world today? On the globe, there are 742 crores of people living on this world now. The population of the world is 742 crores, which means 7.42 billion people are there. In India alone, we have 132 crores of people living. In Andhra Pradesh, we have about 50 million people living. All these people have got a mind. And each one of these minds is working according to his wish and pleasure. Each one of these minds is working, remember. Everybody's mind is working And each one is influencing the world in some way or the other. Everybody is trying to change something in some manner or the other. They don't want things as they are. They want to change it. And everything starting from the mind only. Whenever you build a building, let us say I want to construct a building, the first person to whom we go? We go to the architect. We go to the architect because this solid three-dimensional structure has got its inception in the mind. The entire complete concept starts from the mind only. And if that mind gives a good information for the welfare of the world, then what is going to be built is going to be for the welfare of the world. If the mind gives something wrong, then what is going to come is going to be detrimental to the world. Similarly, clothes, whatever clothes you are wearing now, these are not just made like that. They have come from some mind. The color has come from some mind. The chairs you are sitting down, they have come from some mind. The colors of the paintings of the wall, they have come from the mind. Everything has its origin in the mind only. Everything starts from the mind only. In the Lalita Sahasranama, we say Chidagnikunda Sambhuta. Devi is called Chidagnikunda Sambhuta. Chid Agni. Chit means the contemplating entity in us. She comes out of that. Chidagnikunda Sambhuta. So now you understand that within us there is a very, very powerful entity called as mind. Very powerful entity called as mind. As I told you, the clinicians or the medical science says that the mind is present in the brain. But please understand, in the beginning of the world, now I can tell you that you are the people who are changing the world. Who made the plan for the world itself? Who is the one who made the plan for the world? You might have heard of the Big Bang Theory. Have you heard of the Big Bang Theory? It is a theory which says that the entire universe came from one dot. The entire universe started from one dot. From the dot started expanding, and today also it is expanding. It's becoming a universe. That was the old theory, Big Bang Theory. Now you see, you inquire and you will find there is a new theory called as Big Brain Theory. There is a new theory which says big brain. That means the entire universe has come from one cosmic mind. The entire universe has come from a cosmic mind. When I say cosmic mind, means the word cosmos means everything. The word cosmos is everything. In our Sanskrit lore we say Brahmanda. And we say Brahmanda. So the Brahmanda Karta, the Brahmanda from where it has come from the divine mind. The Brahmanda has come from the divine mind. And at the time of creation, what happened was, this Brahmanda Karta, the Paramatma, he did not want to continue to do his activity of changing the world, so he divided the responsibility of changing the world into two. The responsibility of the changing the world or maintaining the world was divided into two. One portion was given to nature. One portion was given to nature. So nature, you see, you have rains, you have sun and moon rising and setting, you have the stars, you have the seas, you have the cyclones, you have so many other things happening naturally. You have the volcanic eruptions, you have so many things going on naturally. And also birth and death. Birth and death also is going on naturally in the world. So that is half the responsibility. The remaining half was not given to animals. The remaining half was not given to serpents. The remaining half responsibility of the world was given to human beings. The remaining half responsibility of maintaining the world order was not given to any other living being other than man. At this juncture, we should understand the difference between a human being and an animal. I asked a child once, what is the difference between a human being and an animal? The child replied, Swamiji, human beings have 2 legs, animals have 4 legs. That is the reply given by the child. What is the difference between animals and human beings? It is for us to contemplate now. In a Sanskrita Subhashita, they say, Ahara Nidra, Bhaya Maithunadi, Samanyametat Pashubhir Naranam, Jnanam hi tesham adhiko visheshaha, Jnanena hina Pashubhis samanaha. Ahara Nidra. Is there any difference between our hunger and animals' hunger? Animals also feel hungry, and when they feel hungry, they will also go for food. And when a human being is hungry, he also will go for food. When the nidra, when you feel tired, automatically you fall asleep. And when the animals feel tired, they also fall asleep. There is no difference. Food, there is no difference. Sleep, there is no difference. And third one, all the, the process of having children, the process of having progeny, there also they have progeny. Humans also have progeny. There's no difference. And then bhaya, fear. Animals also have fear. We also have fear. In what way are we different than the animals? There is no necessity for repeating this. Just think it over. Sleep, food, progeny, and then fear. In all four aspects, man is equal to animals only. We may say that I have food in the plate. I have food with fork and knife. I have food with different types of dishes I have. But what is it? For what are you having it? Either to satisfy your tongue or to satisfy your hunger. The cause is the same. You either satisfy your appetite or you satisfy your tongue. That is only the cause. There is no other cause. So when you know that this is the cause, the same cause only animals are also eating. Are you aware that animals, if they have indigestion, they know how to correct it? If a dog has indigestion, it will not eat food. It will go and eat grass. If a dog has indigestion, it will go and select for a particular type of grass and it will eat it and its stomach will become all right. And there is a saying that a lion will never eat grass. शेर कभी घास नहीं खाएगा. कितना भी भूखा क्यों ना हो, शेर कभी घास नहीं खाएगा. What does it mean? The lion will never eat grass even if it is hungry. It will only look for its own food. It is only human being. It is only the human being who eats even if he is not hungry, doesn't eat when he is hungry, sleeps when he should not sleep, he is awake when he should be sleeping. All these violations are there only with the human being. Then other animals and birds and reptiles and all these things, they have a natural instinctive behavior, whereas human works with the brain. He works with his intellect. And then he says, for example, there is a good part of it also. There is the positive aspect of the human being also. If we all, let us say, we go to a particular party or let us say for a function anywhere and food has been served and suddenly for 5 people only food was there, a 6th person comes. Food was available only for 5 people and a 6th person has come. It is natural for a human being, for a cultured human being to share and then give it to the 6th person. But have you seen animals doing this anywhere? Animals will never share. Animals will never share. Only the mother will give to the kids. The mother will give to the kids. But sharing is not there in animals. Everybody will dash. They will dash for the food. But if a human being also dashes for food, what is the difference between him and an animal? So all this what I have told you now, indication of all these things, this is to indicate that if you make up your mind, if you make up your mind, you can change many things in this world for your benefit, for your welfare. But if you do not want to change things to a positive thing, let us start not from the world, from your individual life. Each one of us, as I told you, you raised the hand not just because I told you, but because you wanted to accede to my word. You wanted to say, yes, Swamiji, we will do whatever you said. That means you wanted to accede to my request, so you raised your hand. But otherwise you see in your life, whatever you are doing in your life, inspired by anybody in this world, definitely there is one component where you are agreeing to do it. 100%. You cannot put the blame on others and say, because he said I came. Because he told me to do this, I did. Because he only told me that's why I did this. No. You can't blame that. Definitely, there is one aspect where you also have put in an active part. And if you can correct that active part, then your life changes. So individually, considering Duryodhana was asked, Duryodhan, you know what is adharma and you know what is dharma. Why are you only doing adharma? You know what reply Duryodhana gave? Before I come to the reply, I will tell you something about conscience. From our childhood, we have been taught in our school, follow your conscience. Have you been taught or not? Follow your conscience. Duryodhana was asked, Why are you doing adharma when you can do dharma? You know what he said? Beautifully he answers. He says, Janami dharmam. I know what is dharma. Nachame pravrittihi. I am not inclined towards that. Janami adharmam. I know what is adharma. Nachame nivrittihi. My mind doesn't come away from that one. Kenapi devena hridisthitena yatha niyuktosmi tatha karomi. I think there is some particular power inside me which says, do. That's why I am doing. Is he not following his conscience? Is he not following his conscience? So, the old saying that you should follow your conscience has to be corrected. Follow your conscience after it has been trained. You have to follow your conscience, but before you follow it, get it trained by satsanga. If you don't get it trained by satsanga, it will become a very, very wicked conscience. Conscience also can be a wicked conscience, I'm telling you. Conscience can be a wicked conscience because so much is the power of wicked words. Every day we listen. Children will change completely when they listen to wicked words. You know the story of Ramayana, all of you have heard, studied it many times, over and over again you have heard it. Kaikeyi, Mata Kaikeyi, Rajamata Kaikeyi, wife of Dasharatha Maharaja, who had so much love and affection towards Rama. In fact, Rama never used to be with his mother Kausalya. He always used to be with his mother Kaikeyi only. So Kaikeyi had so much love for Rama. And then the day Dasharatha Maharaja declared that tomorrow we are going to do the Pattabhisheka for Rama, then starts the new story. Everybody is happy in Ayodhya. Everybody is rejoicing. Only just 10 more hours. Just 10 more hours to go. And the proclamation will be made and the coronation is going to be done. And then comes Manthara. Manthara comes there. Manthara comes and slowly walks to Kaikeyi. See, within 1 hour she changes the mind of Kaikeyi. 1 hour. She speaks to Kaikeyi and says, are you foolish? Kaikeyi says, what is wrong with you, Manthara? You have been always my maid. You have always served me with lot of loyalty. What has happened to you? Why are you so angry? He says, are you mad, Kaikeyi? Why are you rejoicing? My dear Rama is going to be the king tomorrow and you don't want me to rejoice? Ari pagli, kannada mein kya bolte hucci, pichi vadu, pichi ayipunda niku. Is this the time for you to rejoice? Don't you know that you are going to become the slave of Rama? And your son Bharata is going to be the slave of Rama? Don't you realize that? Then Kaikeyi says, what are you talking, Manthara? Get out of my sight. And Manthara says, I am not going to go. You can beat me, kick me, whatever. I am telling you in your welfare only. Don't you understand that do you want to become the slave of Rama? Tomorrow he is going to sit on the throne and Bharata has to be at his feet. Don't you want your son to become the king? Just a few words, little time, Kaikeyi changes completely. Kaikeyi changes completely. And she goes to the Kopa Bhavana. Kopa Bhavana, there is one building only for getting angry. There is one Bhavanam called as Kopa Bhavanam. She goes to the Kopa Bhavana and then she is sitting down there with her hair shriveled. Then Dasharatha Maharaj, very happy. He is so happy that everything is going on well. He comes to see Kaikeyi. He finds that she is not in her chamber. Then somebody tells him that she's gone to the Kopa Bhavanam. He goes and asks her, what happened, Kaikeyi? No, I don't want to talk to you at all. Why? What happened? Tell me. I don't want to talk to you. Unless you promise me that you'll give me 3 boons. Not 3 boons, 3,000 boons I am ready to give you. You are so dear to me. Tell me what is wrong. No, unless you promise me that you will give me 3 boons. You had promised me earlier. I want those 3 boons now. Earlier, when the Devasura Sangrama took place, the war between the Asuras and Devatas took place, Dasharatha was riding the chariot. At that time, the axle of the chariot broke. When the axle of the chariot broke, in order to make the Ratha stand, Kaikeyi gave her hand as the axle. She gave her hand as the axle and the Ratha stood in its place and Dasharatha won the war. So he had promised her that you have done a wonderful seva to me. So you ask for boons. She said, I'll ask for the boons at a later period. Now I don't want them. So now she is reminding him, I want the 3 boons. You ask for anything, ask. Then he says, the first boon, The first boon is Rama should not be the king. Second boon, Bharata should be the king. Third boon, Rama should be sent on Vanavas, exile. And all came from where? All these ideas came from the mind only, which can be polluted within minutes. The mind can be polluted within minutes, and everything which is in this world, see the camera which is there in front of us here, the camera doesn't have emotions. The camera doesn't have any emotions, It doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. If you keep the lens open, and if you switch on the camera, it will keep on capturing. It will keep on capturing. Similarly also, these senses do not have any sense. These senses do not have any sense. They don't have right and wrong within them. It's not built within them. They will just keep on capturing. They will keep on capturing and then feeding the mind. If at all there is any possibility of restricting the senses, it is only by your decision. After the Mahabharata war, one incident took place which you people might have heard, may not have heard also. I'll repeat that incident to you. After the war, all the dead bodies were lying in the war field. At that time, a group of foxes came there. A group of foxes came there, and the foxes wanted to eat the dead bodies. So one fox went to one body, and it was about to eat the hand of that body. Immediately the leader of the fox is saying, oh fox, don't touch that body. Oh fox, don't touch that body. It is giving the explanation. Why? Because this hands which you are trying to eat, during the lifetime of this body, it did not do any charity at all. Don't touch that hands. Then the fox went to the ear. It wanted to bite the ear and eat the ear. The fox leader says, don't touch the ear, don't touch the ear. These ears have never heard satsang. Then the fox went to eat the eyes. The leader said, don't eat the eyes. These eyes have not seen sadhuon ka darshan nahi kiya. It has not had a darshan of saints. Then the fox went to eat the feet. These feet have never gone to a temple or a satsang or a good place. It has never traveled to a feet. Don't eat that feet also. Then ultimately the fox came to the stomach. Let me eat the stomach. The fox leader says, don't eat the stomach. Because entire whatever has been filled in the stomach is only by corruption. Only by adharma it has been filled. Don't eat the stomach also. I will repeat the shloka. Hastau dana vivarjitau. Hastau dana vivarjitau. Shrutiputau sarasvata drohinau. Shrutiputau sarasvata. Sarasvatam means satsang. Achi baat. Good words. Shrutiputau sarasvata drohinau. Netre sadhu vilokanena rahite. Padau na tirthangatau. Anyayarjita vitta purna mudaram. Then ultimately the fox wants to eat the head. The leader said, don't eat the head also. You know why? Because this head was always in ahankara. It never bowed down. It never bowed down in front of great people. It never bowed down in front of God. So don't eat the head also. Leave that body and take some other body. Hastau dana vivarjitau shrutiputau sarasvatadrohinau netre sadhu vilokanena rahite padau na tirthangatau anyayarjita vitta purnamudaram garvena tungam shiraha re jambuka savadhana manasa mitra muncha munchati neecham vapuhu. Leave that body. It's a very niche sharira. Usko chhod ke chale jao. So please understand that the value of your value, your regard, your esteem is because of the activity of your mind. And this mind is fed through the senses. So if you do not control your senses, and if you do not give the correct feed input to this one, the mind will go haywire. And if the mind goes haywire, all your activities will also be haywire only. So ultimately, there is one beautiful bhajan in Hindi, I'm sure you all have heard this bhajan. When you want to go to the altar of Paramatma, see, ultimately all of us are answerable one day. All of us are going to be answerable one day, and that time our Aaya Vyaya will be seen. Aaya Vyaya. Our income and expenditure is going to be seen. You people go to Sabarimalai. When people go to Sabarimalai, they carry two bundles on their head. The black bundles. You know what the bundles signify? The bundles are Punya and Papa. Sabarimalai Yatris, they go with one bundle on their head. It has got two portions. The portions are Punya and Papa. So, in Malayalam there is a song also. Punya Pava Chumedugalam Iru Moodi Kattumendi Ponnambala Malakayaran Varunnu Nyangal. Punya Pava Chumad. It's a Punya and Papa. This is only what they carry. So, there is a bhajan in Hindi. What it says is, when you go to the altar of God, you should be eligible so that He accepts you. हम जब भी जाते हैं, I'll tell you one bhajan normally we hear in many places which is sung, Aarti which is sung, Om Jai Jagadish Hare. In that Aarti, the last portion of the Aarti you will find, मैं मूर्ख खलकामी, है कि नहीं? मैं मूर्ख खलकामी, कृपा करो वर्ता. In that you say that I am a foolish person, and I am also a person who is always behind a lot of desires. So please help me, O Lord, please help me, O Lord. When you yourself are saying to God that I am a foolish fellow, and I've got many desires, if somebody else comes and tells you you are a murk, you just now said, no? After the Arati, if somebody comes and tells you, just now told God that you are a murkha, so I want to call you as murkha. Will you accept it? If somebody else calls you, you cannot stand it. But when you go to the altar, you are going to be totally open and you are going to say, what are you going to say in that bhajan? This body, like Kabir Das said, Chadariya. Kabir Das calls this body as a Chadariya, chadar. He calls it as a blanket. This chadar should be very, very saf sutra. It should be very, very clean. If we got it clean, we have to take it clean. So you have to take it clean only. So another bhajan is there, very beautiful, which says, Mehli chadar od ke kaise dwar tumhare aun. O Paramatma, how can I come to your altar with a very, very dirty body? How can I come to your altar with a dirty mind? You have given me this body. Many people do not have hands and legs, cannot see, cannot speak, cannot hear. But you have given me a very good body. Avvaiyar of Tamil Nadu, she says so beautifully, Aridu Manidarai Pirattal Aridu, Manidarai Pirappinum Koon Kurudu Sevedu Paid Ningi Pirattal Aridu. To be born without any defect is very, very great. Very, very rare. You are born without defects. Now when you go to the altar of God, now you are going to make sure that you have kept His body and mind in a pure manner. Only then you can offer it. Maili chadar od ke kaise dwar tumhare aun. How can I come to your altar with a very, very polluted body? O Lord, please forgive me. I am going to do bhajan only in my mind because I cannot offer you anything. So whatever I have told you now, it is from different perspectives, the nature of the mind from different perspectives. And if you want to change this mind, you have to change the feeders of this mind. If you want to make this mind pure and useful to the society, you have to change the feeders. There are 5 feeders. And these 5 feeders are the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue and the touch. Make sure that you give this the correct feed and you see how the mind will function. It will become a pure mind. It will become a wonderful, pure mind such that whenever you are, the result of the pure mind, for this I would suggest that all of you read the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. I'll conclude now with about 10 minutes. I'll conclude by telling you about the condition of Arjuna. What was the condition of Arjuna, to whom Krishna is giving the discourse of the Bhagavad Gita? Till 5 chapters he has given beautiful discourse, but Arjuna is still not convinced. He has not changed. So now Krishna starts the 6th chapter, and in this 6th chapter Krishna talks about the stability of the mind, Shanta Sthiti, Shanti of the mind, where the mind is in a very stable state and where the heart is full of peace and happiness. Then he says, Arjuna, you also make an effort to make this mind absolutely calm and cool. So Arjuna says, O Krishna, yoyam yogastvaya proktaha Samyena Madhusudana Etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatva sthitim sthiram. Oh Krishna, whatever yoga you have spoken about, whatever the stable mind, stable state you have spoken about, I don't think it is possible for me. Because my mind is very fickle. It is very agitated. Chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramati balavadridam. It is very, very powerful and it completely takes me, drags me away to different places. I can't control it at all. So I don't think it is possible for me to control. So Krishna says, Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. Arjuna, I do understand, I do accept that the mind is very, very powerful. But through constant practice, you will definitely be able to overpower the mind and you will become the master of the mind. Once you have become the master of the mind, definitely your life will, quality of your life will improve. You will be radiating joy, peace and happiness to everybody. And in your life also, you will also be experiencing the joy and peace. So with these words, I would like to offer this, whatever talk I have, by the grace of Devi, I have been able to deliver today at the altar of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who has been the core cause for this magnificent institution. And I would be very, very, very glad if anybody at any time, if you have anything, any question about concerning the scriptures pertaining to the mind, any shloka from any book, from any scripture, you are free to come to me and ask me. And if it is possible for you to, that is, if you feel that it is okay, you can have one question today from anybody. If Mr. Sahani feels it is okay, one of you can raise a question and I can give you the answer. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.
If we do not have any questions as of now, most respected and dear Swamiji, words fail to explain the joy that we have experienced during this session. A topic that was almost impossible to comprehend, mysterious in its nature, was made extremely simple, humorous, practical, and yet totally profound for all of us. On behalf of all of us seated here, Swamiji, I request everybody to join in expression of our deepest sense of love and gratitude to you. I request everybody to join in another round of applause expressing our gratitude.